When installing smoke detectors, adherence to National Fire Protection Association 72 is paramount for ensuring optimal safety. This standard outlines specific requirements for placement to maximize the effectiveness of these life-saving devices. General guidelines dictate that smoke alarms should be installed on the ceiling in each bedroom, outside each sleeping area, and on every level of the dwelling, including basements. This ensures that occupants are alerted regardless of where a fire may originate within the building. Furthermore, smoke alarms should be located in living rooms and family rooms within 10 feet, which is equivalent to 3 meters, of the room's perimeter or in the center of the ceiling. This placement takes into account typical fire hazards within these spaces and allows for quick detection. However, special considerations arise when dealing with vaulted ceilings, which present unique challenges due to their shape and height. In situations where ceiling installation is not feasible, the smoke alarm should be mounted on the wall. The critical parameters for wall mounting are that the top of the alarm must be at least 4 inches, which is equal to 10.2 centimeters below the ceiling. Additionally, it must be at least 4 inches, which is also 10.2 centimeters, from any wall or other obstruction. These distances are vital because they prevent the formation of a dead air space, an area where smoke may not readily reach the detector, thus delaying the alarm. The principles behind smoke detector placement are rooted in the physics of fire and smoke behavior. Hot gases rise, and smoke particles are carried upwards by convection currents. In a room with a standard flat ceiling, smoke will typically accumulate at the highest point, making ceiling-mounted detectors highly effective. However, in rooms with vaulted ceilings, the peak of the vault may not be the ideal location. The hot gases and smoke may stratify, meaning they form layers at different heights, and the highest concentration may not necessarily be at the apex of the vault. This stratification can be influenced by factors such as room size, ventilation, and the intensity of the fire. Therefore, the 10-foot, which is 3-meter perimeter rule, becomes even more important in these scenarios. When considering the placement of smoke detectors near doorways entering vaulted rooms, it's crucial to balance accessibility with effectiveness. Mounting the detector directly above the doorway may seem convenient, but it is essential to ensure that this location meets the NFPA 72 requirements. The detector must still be at least 4 inches, which is 10.2 centimeters, below the ceiling and at least 4 inches, which is 10.2 centimeters, from any adjacent walls. Furthermore, it is important to assess whether this position allows the detector to effectively sense smoke from all areas of the room, especially if the vault is particularly large or complex. Given the difficulty of accessing smoke alarms installed high on vaulted ceilings for maintenance, testing, and battery replacement, opting for a more accessible location, such as the wall above a doorway, is a practical solution, provided it still meets the code requirements. Accessibility is not merely a matter of convenience, it's also a critical safety factor. If smoke alarms are difficult to reach, they are less likely to be regularly tested and maintained, which can significantly reduce their effectiveness. Regular testing ensures that the alarm is functioning correctly, and timely battery replacement prevents the alarm from failing when it is most needed. In addition to placement, the type of smoke alarm is also an important consideration. There are 2 primary types of smoke alarms: ionization and photoelectric. Ionization alarms are generally more responsive to flaming fires, while photoelectric alarms are more responsive to smoldering fires. For optimal protection, it is recommended to use dual-sensor alarms, which combine both ionization and photoelectric technologies. These alarms provide comprehensive coverage, detecting both types of fires quickly and reliably. Carbon monoxide detectors are often integrated with smoke alarms, providing an additional layer of safety. Carbon monoxide is a colorless, odorless gas that is produced by incomplete combustion. It can be deadly, and detectors are essential for alerting occupants to its presence. Placement guidelines for carbon monoxide detectors are similar to those for smoke alarms. They should be installed on every level of the dwelling, including basements and outside sleeping areas. However, it is important to follow the manufacturer's instructions, as specific recommendations may vary. Building codes and standards are constantly evolving to incorporate new research and best practices. Therefore, it is important to stay up to date with the latest requirements and recommendations. Local fire marshals and building inspectors can provide valuable guidance and ensure that installations comply with all applicable regulations. Furthermore, it is recommended to consult with qualified fire protection professionals for complex installations or when there are specific concerns about the effectiveness of smoke detection systems. These professionals can assess the unique characteristics of the building and design a system that provides optimal protection. In summary, proper smoke detector placement is a critical component of fire safety. Following NFPA 72 guidelines and considering the specific characteristics of the building, including the presence of vaulted ceilings, are essential for ensuring that smoke alarms are effective and reliable. Balancing accessibility with optimal smoke detection is key, and regular testing and maintenance are crucial for maintaining the integrity of the system.